Up next on the Tesla Plaid channel. So this Hellcat's got an aftermarket Whipple supercharger on it. We've had so many people online try to say that the car is slowing down and that it can't run 910s anymore. Bradenton Motorsports Park, May 20th, 2023. Got a Saturday night under the lights event here, but we got heavy wind. The forecast is showing some rain later, so we're going to try to get some quick runs in before these clouds come in. Just a few cars so far. The Z01 Camaro. We've got Mike with the Z06 C7 Corvette. We've raced him a couple of times and he keeps getting faster. He's got a new tune on there, a couple of tweaks in that Vet, so we're hoping to make at least one pass with him tonight. A lot of Dodges out here tonight, more than everything else combined. So our goal tonight is just to run a time. We've had so many people online try to say that the car is slowing down and that it can't run 910s anymore, just because it's run a fair number of 920s in the winter. Well, we've always known that in the colder weather it runs slower, and when it gets to the hottest months of the summer it runs faster. Those nights that we ran 915, 916, it was deep into the 90s out here. Conditions tonight are definitely imperfect. It's only in the 80s and we've got a headwind, but we showed up with 94% battery state of charge, so that gives us a good chance of running 910s. But the biggest factor will be the prep. When we're on a track that's got marginal traction, either because too many street tire cars have gone down or they just haven't put glue on it for quite a while, then we're going to lose quite a bit on our 60 foot, and that's going to go right through the rest of the ticket. You can't run a 910 with a 148 and up 60 foot. It's got to be down around the 143 to 145 range in order to have any chance of running a 910 in this car. We're going to try to make a couple of quick hits here. We're at 94% battery state of charge. Dragstrip mode, peak performance ready. And you can see these guys might be bringing something. So try to get these passes in straight away. I think the Camaro needs to cool down. Whoever's ready, I'm ready. Although there's a lot of water here, I got to get rid of this off my tires. We didn't expect to have a competitive race, so we didn't bother with any cameras. Some kind of a tuned Hellcat over here next to us. Try to make a back-to-back pass immediately. We're shooting for 910s tonight. Thank you.
919.
All right, so that's a 919 straight out of the box. That's what we are shooting for. Something in the 910 somewhere. We're gonna make one more right back-to-back against it. We wanted to be sure we were all the way into launch control. That's why we sat on that tree so long, in case you're wondering. I did not expect that Hellcat to have anything. Got a little something, but I'm sure heads up we would have had no problem, since we probably gave it full second or thereabouts on that tree. Yeah, 0.835. And if that car's any good, he'll go back to back. But hey, guess what? He's got to cool down for a while. Surprise, surprise. And there comes the rain. Dang it.
Yeah, we can feel a little bit of sprinkle in the air, and we will be on hold.
Well, we knew this was a possibility. I'm gonna go camp out over there, I guess, and see what happens. So funny thing about that 9197 pass is right before I headed out, I took everything out of the car that weighed anything. I had some bottles of water, my extra cameras, batteries, my whole lot of stuff. And I set it out here in the parking lot because I said to Mike in the Corvette, last thing I want to do is run a 9200, knowing that the weight of the stuff could have meant a 9199 or something. So with all this stuff out of the car, I ran a 9197 with only 2 thousandths of a second to play with. Before that would have been a 920. So funny how that works, but it's raining now and you can see the wind still blowing. So without this headwind, that might have been another 915, 916, and it definitely would have been over 150 miles an hour, but you can see this wind is blowing directly from the end of the track. So that pushed us back at least a mile an hour, probably 2. We were hoping the ZL1 would have more, but he was running in the 10s. Sounded real good, great burnout, and then a low 10. Well, the rain stopped and they're about to reopen the track. There's only about 5 cars left out here, but thankfully 2 of them are running 9s. Hopefully we can get a lineup with a good fast car. All right, track is dry. They re-prepped it, laid down some glue. This ZL1 looks sharp, sounds great. Or we can try to run next to that orange Hellcat again, which might be the faster car. Thought everyone had left the track, but now people are showing up. All right, looks like we might get another chance at the Dodge. Maybe he's got more. I didn't notice he had a chute last time he came around. All right. Maybe the car's got more than what we saw since it's got a chute. So this Hellcat's got an aftermarket Whipple supercharger on it. It's on a 305 ET Street R drag radial. Mickey Thompson's. Got drag skinnies up front. All right, we got a grudge set up with that orange Hellcat with the Whipple supercharger. He tells me he's ran 910s at 152 mile an hour. His best pass in that car. That's our best pass in this car, 915, 152. So if we can both lay down a good pass side by side from the tree, should be a competitive race. We're at 90% battery state of charge. Dragstrip mode, peak performance ready. Temperature's cooled off. It says 82 degrees now. I had to load all my stuff back into the car, so we're gonna run a 920 on this pass. Unless we have major traction problems, then we could be in the 930s, but I do predict a 920. All right, we agreed to give the Hellcat the right lane, so we gotta find some glue here on the left and avoid the water. Let's see how deep we can get into launch control here. We're going off the light. Now. Good pass for us, probably a 920 though. Hey there.
924.
Thank you. We ran a 924 at 149.90. I like these 149.9 trap speeds because that means they're not going to give us a hard time about not having a parachute, which is required over 150 miles an hour. The Whipple-powered Hellcat ran almost the same pass he did on the previous run, 968 this time at 143.9. We had an 069 light, not great, but all right, and a 146 60 foot, and a 597 to the 8th mile. All those times tell us that traction was not our problem on that pass. It's probably more of an issue is that we're down to 87% battery state of charge and it's cooling off out here. It's actually 79 degrees out now. When it's in the high 90s, we run our best times. So that 924 with 20 degrees warmer outside could have easily been in the 910s. Fun run. Let's talk to Carmen in the Hellcat with the Whipple supercharger on it. Hey, thanks for the run, Carmen.
That was fun.
Yeah.
You out of here?
Tractions. No, I might make another pass or two. I just wanted to thank you for the run.
I had a blast. Thank you.
Yeah? Was your 60 foot good or did you spin it all?
1.5.
What do you typically 60 foot at?
1.5, 1.4.
Okay, so you're right there. I couldn't tell if you broke loose at all.
No, it felt pretty good through that pass.
Yeah, I thought you might be a little quicker than me. Usually these Challengers are, but...
We're still playing with it.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to getting next to you when you're running 910s and 920s.
All right.
I should say again.
Yep.
If you've run those before. So thanks for the run, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
We'll do it again, Carmen.
Yep, thanks.
The Whipple-powered Hellcat ran almost the exact same ET and trap speed as his previous run. 968 at 143.9. His previous one was 969 at 143.9. So almost identical. he'll be fast again. He says he's got nitrous in there, 150 horsepower shot, but he wasn't running it tonight. So maybe with that he'd be more like 920s. We look forward to racing him again. It was nice of him to give us the rematch, so to speak, although we weren't really racing him on the first pass, but we certainly were on the second. Talking about it ahead of time made sure we were both going for a decent reaction and a good race. Thank you.
922.
Thank you. 922. So we are at 87% on that launch. We're at 84% now. We ran a 922 at 148.4, a little less mile an hour. A 146 60-foot outstanding, a 391 to the 330, and a 595 eighth mile. So all good, quick numbers. Ran a little bit faster than the second pass. The difference in our ETs, 919 to 922, just 0.03 of a second. We'll see you next time right here on the Tesla Plaid channel.